Well, we did tell you there were some other hot players in the month of December. Here are your 3 stars of the month. Austin Matthews, first star right there, 10 goals. Certainly catches stride. Max Pacioretty was on fire. It seemed like everything he touched was gold. That injury to him now is certainly going to hurt this team, but he had a great December. And Thatcher Demko, I mean, that's a big reason why we're Bruce, there it is, right? I mean, it was Bruce, of course, bringing the magic to Vancouver, but Thatcher Demko has been absolutely incredible. Any of those guys jump out to you that have really impressed you over the month?
Well, all three, obviously, and what Vancouver's doing, and Thatcher Demko has been nothing short of remarkable. But Pacioretty was absolutely on fire, 2 points a game, a goal a game, and that's a big blow to the Vegas Golden Knights because he was really finding his groove. All those guys. Matthews, we know Matthews is being Matthews. He's making a late charge from behind, even though there's a lot of hockey left of winning the Rocket Richard Trophy for most goals, and he's certainly in the hunt. But Pacioretty, I've just loved his game. That puck is on his stick, it's off his stick. He's got that deadly shot, and when he gets rolling, he can be streaky. We know that. Well, he was really streaky for quite a long time. So we'll see how the Vegas Golden Knights fare without him. Other guys are going to have to step up and provide some of that offense, but man, was he lighting it up.
Billy, when you talk about Max Pacioretty, and this is one of the interesting things about the Vegas Golden Knights because you got Mark Stone as well, but they drive offense from the wing, and those guys seem to do it all the time.
Yeah, he's such a shooter, right? I mean, Pacioretty, when the puck is finding him, I wouldn't call him a speed demon, but I think he's got a little more gears than people realize. But he gets going. He is such an important shooter for this team. The puck is on his stick. I watched him a couple of weeks ago in Boston, and he was excellent. That whole line, in fact, was excellent. Actually, I was completely impressed with that entire team, especially with the size of their defense and how well they gapped up. Love what Max is doing. Hopefully he'll get healthy soon. The other guy I wanted to touch on, you mentioned Thatcher Demko. I did a lot of his games, Rupper and Dano, when he was at Boston College, school that's had a lot of great goaltenders there, following Corey Schneider. And here's a kid, he's just a mellow dude and great calmness. And his work ethic is awesome. And I texted Bruce Boudreau, our buddy, and about what has impressed him the most. And he says work ethic off the charts. He's a big kid, 6'3", 6'4", prototypical, goaltender nowadays in the National Hockey League. But his ability actually to remain incredibly calm and just to be in great shape, his reflexes are awesome. I remember just watching him grow from year to year at BC and talking to the coaches there and how they said he's going to be excellent. And he stayed. He didn't leave after 2 years. He stayed after 3 years. It's all coming together for him now after some time in the AHL. Good for him and good for Vancouver, not forcing him up too soon to spend a couple of years in the A. And he's a worthy, top 3 player of the month in the NHL.
And Billy, he showed us a few years ago in the playoffs with one of a game for the ages, really. Yeah. That the potential he had, but it's just finding that consistency on a nightly basis. And when your goaltender is that consistent in the 8-game stretch, we look at his record there in December. You're going to win a lot of hockey games. And Bruce will tell you, being an experienced coach, sometimes we're as good behind the bench as our goaltender is, and it's been a nice combination thus far since Bruce Boudreau has taken over the Vancouver team.
Yeah, if they're going to get in, it's going to be a lot of it's going to be due to Thatcher Demko. And then the other part here, we've talking a lot this year about what Alex Ovechkin has been doing. He's been unbelievable. But Austin Matthews, he's been scoring pretty consistently as well. So I mean, where do you see this kind of the rocket race, Billy, is shaping up? I mean, Austin Matthews, when he gets going, he's just as hot, if not hotter than Ovi or Leon or some of these other guys.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. When the season began, I don't know if you guys remember, we were asked to make, kind of not a crazy, but an extreme prediction of the season. Mm-hmm. And mine was that we'd have 350 goal scorers to start for this year. And I don't know if Austin will get there, but because of your point, Rupper, about how incredibly streaky that he can be, get going, maybe he can still push for it. Ovechkin and what he's doing has been MVP worthy in my eyes, but the fact that Matthews has had such a remarkable month of December, and I think he's maybe not getting enough credit around the hockey world in general, just how he's gradually inching by inching his way closer to that more, 200-foot player, that cliche we like to use. It's not there yet totally, but it's getting closer and closer. This kid is an all-uber star. He's just an all-world player. And yeah, man, look, I'd love to get 350 goal scorers. We haven't had that, by the way, since the 09-10 season. It'd be great. And he could absolutely be one of them. We got a few other guys that are pushing that threshold too.
All three of those guys, well-deserved hot months of December. See if they can continue it in January. But there was one rookie of the month, and that's Trevor Zegras, man. I mean, look at this right here. This is why. No, there's more than this.
Can't see that enough.
No, you can't see that enough. And I don't know, Dano, Billy, I've never had a video go viral. But if you have a video go viral like this thing has, and you have people in all different sports and walks of life talking about it, give me that guy, the rookie of the month, I should say. It's all Trevor Zegras.
I just love the reaction. Zegras couldn't believe it. He goes, "It worked, Sonny. It worked." I mean, it was just remarkable, and just the hands of Trevor Zegras, and he oozes with confidence.
11 points there, 9 games. So it wasn't just one play, right? That confidence comes every night.
You watch him every night, and he does things with the puck that not a lot of players can do. He's just such a highly skilled player, from vision to the hands to the poise to the patience. He's going to be a real good one for a long time in Anaheim. And yeah, that will be shown
forever,
100 times, 1,000 times a year, every year for the next 20 years, because it was that good. That assist, the Michigan assist.
Repper, I think you guys, you guys can comment on this, but he's an instinctive player. He's fearless in what he's willing to try. And it's not that he doesn't practice stuff, but some of his passes, it has to be God-given. You know what I mean? It just has to be the hockey gods give it to him for an instinctual type of play, because so many of his passes, while he does have great vision, Dano, but he has to have that extra sense just to know space and where his teammates are going to be. And because some of the things that he does is just marvelous. And, he's been doing it since he was playing for the Mid-Fairfield Rangers. And, back in the day out in Stamford, Connecticut area, and then at BU watching him for a year. His hands are sublime. His vision is amazing. But I just think he's got this incredible innate, instinct. And you guys played with some incredible players in your time too, and I'm sure you've experienced it. But it's a rarity to have that kind of instinct,
especially at such a young age, Billy. And we see that a lot nowadays, more so, where these kids come on the scene and they have so much confidence that they're not afraid, like you mentioned, Billy, to try anything out there, because they believe in their abilities and they know they're not going to make a mistake, or they're willing to make a mistake, but they're not going to embarrass themselves. They just know exactly, and that's a lot of instincts and just understanding the game so well. Boy, they are so good at an early age, and right in the National Hockey League, ready to try everything in their repertoire.
It's totally instinctual, and I think that's the thing. Is like, if I was ever in a game, I grab the stick real quick, because we've seen Trevor Zegras, even leading up to that, go between the legs. So he'll be out there, he'll go between the legs, make a pass. We've seen him go between the legs, pull it back through, and just keep stick handling. And some of these times when he's doing it, I'm like, there's really no need for him to do that right there. But that just shows you, like, if I was to do that in a game, I'm going to be like, I'm going through my legs on this play. He doesn't think that way. Like, this guy, it's just part of his repertoire, right? Like, it's like walking for him. And I think that's what makes it special. It's not him trying these new things. This is him as a player, and I think that's so spectacular.
It is, and we saw it in the World Junior Championships, where he was an absolute superstar, and then he's been able to carry it right over to the National Hockey League and the Anaheim Ducks. And yes, he got experience in the AHL, and I think that was important. Sometimes we forget that little bit of nurturing.
They took their time a little bit with him.
With your AHL affiliate can do wonders.
Yes.
Because you don't get too much too soon as well. And I think Zegras is on progression to be a superstar in this league for a long time.
Well, let's see what you got on tap, Trev, for the month of January, because you really kind of set the bar high here. So.
All right, a new month means a new time to crown a new Crease Beast Award winner. That is an NHL Now exclusive award.
Exclusive.
And the winner is none other than Canucks goaltender Thatcher Demko of the Vancouver Canucks, making spicy saves all month long for the Vancouver Canucks, who look like a brand new team under new head coach Bruce Boudreau. And we are thrilled to welcome Thatcher Demko onto the show now. First off, congratulations on a heck of a month for you and the Vancouver Canucks. We appreciate the time. How's it going?
It's going well. Just trying to battle through these postponements, cancellations, those kind of things. So it's a little frustrating. We want to be out there playing, but it is what it is, and we're just taking it day by day.
Well, it's interesting. We were just having this conversation with former NHL stud Ken Daneyko about, how athletes are creatures of habits, and you guys are very used to, your day-to-day routines, and whether it's a practice day or getting ready for a game. How much do you think these pauses and starts sort of just affect the momentum of a team?
Yeah, it's tough. Like I said, it kind of is what it is at this point. We know there's going to be postponements and things that we're going to have to deal with, and I think that's just league-wide. So no excuses on our end. We've had a few days of practice here. Probably a good thing, get a new coach in there. We had a ton of games right off the bat, so we didn't get too much practice time. But, we've been able to kind of settle in with him and get used to his regimen, his routines, those kind of things. So, we're just taking it day by day.
Thatcher, your team's going very well right now, and you're playing some of your best hockey of your career. And I want to go back a couple of years ago when you played the Vegas Golden Knights in the bubble and you had some spectacular games. For a goaltender and moving forward, being a number one guy, how much did that boost your confidence? How has the progression been for you? Did that help you along the way when you had that kind of performance under pressure in the playoffs?
I think it did for sure. It was kind of the first time I got to see the fruits of the work that I had put in, under the spotlight, given an opportunity. I just wanted to make the most of it and, had a ton of fun playing there and ended up getting it to a Game 7. Unfortunately, we didn't get the job done, but I think it was a situation where it kind of opened a door for me and kind of showed the world and maybe the organization a little bit too that, I was ready to take that next step.
Thatcher, obviously this has been kind of a crazy year for you guys. There was just a tough start to the season, and I know Vancouver can be a tough media market. Yeah. Everybody's, expecting better things, and doesn't go well. And then you stole one of our employees, Bruce Boudreau, who was working for us here at the NHL Network and a good friend of all of ours. But we're happy to see him get the opportunity, and you guys have kind of taken off. From your perspective in the crease, what has his arrival meant to the group?
I think a number of things. It's just kind of a breath of fresh air. I think guys were kind of slumping there, and after last year and then the start we had, I just think that some guys needed a fresh start, and the systems are maybe a little bit different. Nothing crazy. I think it's just a reinvigorated group, and like I said, we didn't get too much practice time when he first came in, so. It's been nice to kind of be on the ice with him the last few days here and get to know him a little bit more. But obviously we've gotten off to a good start with him, but we know we got some work to do to get back in the playoff picture.
Well, I know I'm biased, but I can't. Bruce definitely brings a light, positive energy into a room. Yeah. That is for sure. Speaking of which, Thatcher, you are going to achieve a lot in your career. You already have, but I suspect there will be many awards in your future. Yeah. But I'm very excited that you are the second winner of the NHL Now Crease Beast Award. You can't tell from where you're at. This is a brick. We're sending you one.
They're sending you one.
Hopefully you can make some room for it on the mantle there at your home in Vancouver.
That's right.
We know that you're very honored to receive this from us, such a prestigious award. Do you just want to maybe speak to how excited you are to be named Crease Beast?
Only the second one. Only the second guy.
Second ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big, I guess. It would have been cool to be the first guy, but I'll take second. Yeah, it's cool. I had seen that you guys had done that, and our PR guy or Victoria here said that I'd won it. So we were having a good laugh about it. But yeah, it's cool. So I appreciate it, guys.
Hey, Thatcher, you have a lot of good young players, and obviously we're struggling. We mentioned before the coaching change, and everybody's really rallied around each other and playing their best hockey right now. In practice, I'm always curious, who's a player that keeps you sharp, that is most difficult for you to contain, whether it's practicing the shootout, whether it's during practice or whatever it may be? Can you name one guy or maybe a couple guys that you go, man, he beats me every time, or he's just more difficult to stop?
I got to think about whose ego I want to boost here.
Smart man, very smart.
Practices are... I have fun in practices. It's good banter between the goalies and the forwards all the time. JT Miller's a guy that brings the intensity every day. He keeps you honest. He'll get in your ear a little bit if he gets one past you. And then obviously we got, like you said, we got a lot of skilled players. So, Petey, Brock, Bo, keeping you on your toes for sure at all times.
Thatcher, I just wanted to also let you know with this very coveted award, Jackie and I are both going to sign this brick. We wanted to make it even more special. So, again, congratulations, on winning this. But I want to ask you, like, this break has been so crazy for everybody, right? You guys are used to playing every couple of days. Like, you've had all this time off. What is Thatcher Demko doing with a couple days off? I mean, I guess it's a tricky time. There's not a lot maybe you can do, but what do you do around the house? What do you do to keep yourself kind of, busy and yet kind of tuned in as you try to get ready to get going again?
It's been tough. Usually I hang out with my fiance and the dog, keep me busy, but she's actually out running a marathon right now down at Disney World. So
wow,
I've been I've been alone at the house right now for the first time in a few years. So I can't really clean it anymore. Laundry's all done.
So a lot of ordering in food, right? Or you're cooking yourself?
No, I haven't cooked too much. I'll be honest. Maybe just a couple times, but I'm just trying to stay busy. It's go on a walk here or there, watch a movie, something like that. Maybe FaceTime some old buddies, catch up with them. But yeah, it's been weird for sure.
Is that why the Christmas decorations are still up? Is that a you thing or is that a fiance thing?
No, that's a battle between the fiance and I like to keep them up a little bit longer.
I love that.
So yeah,
Classic
I kind of had to battle her before she left for Florida to keep them up.
Like, listen, you're going to run a marathon. I need the stockings. I need the decor while you're gone to kind of keep my spirits up.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm still turning them on every night too. So.
I love that. Go. Listen, I respect that. People should keep their decorations up as long as they want. I'll ask you this. We obviously watch a lot of your highlights here at NHL Network. Are you someone that watches highlights of other goalies in the morning? And if so, who's someone that really impresses you right now that's playing really well between the pipes in the league?
To be honest, I don't watch too much hockey.
Fair enough.
Try to just try to, keep it at the rink. But, Jack Campbell, he's had a great year so far. It's been great to see. He's a fellow American guy, a guy that's, kind of battled a lot of adversity in his career. And it's great to see him having the success that he's having. And, obviously Andre down in Tampa, he's a guy that everyone likes to watch. He's a exciting goalie. He makes some saves where I'm still scratching my head a little bit. And, it's good to watch, the success that he's had too. So a lot of good guys that I do look at and, keep up with.
Well, Vasilevsky's been really good, but he doesn't have one of these. I can tell you right now. He doesn't have one of these.
The one thing I got.
He doesn't have one of these. So just keep that in mind as you move forward. Question. Here's the big question, because you mentioned it. Where's the dog? What kind of dog do you have? Is he in the house? Can we see him? What's going on with the dog?
We get a lot of dog action.
That's right. We like the dogs.
Yeah, she's a Bernie Doodle. She loves the attention. She'd love to be on here, but Lex actually took her and dropped her off back home on her way to Florida. Yeah, because we got a road trip coming up.
You aren't tough. He's home alone. Like Christmas time, he's there with his couple of little stockings up. Everybody's gone. There's no games. I'm glad we got you on.
And Thatcher, I love it. I have a sheepadoodle and a golden doodle and a Westie in the mix as well. I get it.
I love it. I love it.
But see, now, like, the Christmas decorations make even more sense.
Of course.
You need that.
Of course.
Listen, Thatcher, we really, really appreciate the time.
Yeah.
Congratulations on all the success in your career thus far.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. More to come. I have no doubts about that. So we appreciate the time. All the best. And listen, I don't want to see any pictures or tweets of this bad boy in the trash. Okay?
Yeah,
This is right up there.
Don't let the dog get a hold of it, because that could be bad.
I'd be okay with
now
it
that you
becoming
guys
a
are
dog
signing
toy.
it, I'll have to definitely put it on the mantle.
There you go.
Keep it going, Thatcher. Keep the good vibes
thanks
going
a lot.
for you guys and the Canucks.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.